Welcome to Experts Corner. I'm Yousaf and we'll be talking about, of course, 27th of October, that is Black Day, as Pakistan and Kashmiris all around the world observe Black Day, as this day marks the illegal occupation of the Jammu and Kashmir Valley by the Indian regime. This was the day when the Indian forces illegally occupied the Jammu and Kashmir Valley, and of course we see how India has continued its illegal occupation and brutality against the Kashmiri people throughout these decades. There have been many voices, human rights organizations, the international community, even the United Nations passed resolutions with regards to holding a plebiscite in the occupied region, but India has not implemented the resolutions and they have not paid any heed to the resolutions passed by the multilateral fora. Well, with regards to that, Kashmiris in Pakistan all around the world, they observe Black Day. In Pakistan alone, there were rallies and marches being held, there were press conferences being held, seminars and workshops also highlighting the plight of the Kashmiri people and the illegal occupation by India. Also, there have been rallies and protests, peaceful protests being held all around the world, even in the West, in European countries, and we see how India is being held accountable for its heinous crimes and its brutalities and illegal occupation, but no substantive action has been taken by the world community despite taking cognizance and raising their voices. Pakistan has always stood with the Kashmiri people and extended moral, diplomatic and political support to them, and Pakistan's leadership, the President and Prime Minister, they also had delivered their messages with regards to the illegal occupation and how the international community and the human rights bodies need to hold India accountable for its illegal occupation and the atrocities that it has been committing throughout these decades against the Kashmiri people, and also not implementing United Nations Security Council resolutions as they have been passed since decades ago. In the second segment, we'll be talking about Prime Minister Shehbaz's visit to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the Future Investment Initiative. This is, of course, a very significant development with regards to the diplomatic front. Prime Minister Shehbaz will be engaging. As we know, he has been very active on the diplomatic front with regards to bilateral engagements and cooperation. This is a prime opportunity for the Premier to engage with the world leaders, investors present at the forum, and of course will open new avenues for cooperation and investment with regards to different sectors such as IT and agriculture and of course other sectors that will be part of this forum as well. Well, we'll be deliberating on these two topics in detail. In the studios, we've been joined by in-house analyst Farrukh K.Pitafi. Along with that, we will be joined by our guests via video link, the first being Sardar Amjad Yousaf Khan, who is the Vice President of Pakistan People's Party, AJ&K chapter. And for the second segment, we'll be joined by Umar Khan Ali Sherzai, former ambassador to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Well, coming towards the first segment, I'll start off with Sardar Amjad Yousaf Khan. Decades have passed. The international community has raised their voice. Pakistan has always stood with the Kashmiri people. Yet we see India continuing with its illegal occupation, India committing gross human rights violations against the Kashmiri people. Protests have been held, rallies have been held. 27th of October is a Black Day and is observed throughout the world, not just by the Kashmiri people, but by all world quarters. What do you say about the illegal occupation and how it continues with impunity, even now?
Thank you very much. As you said that today Kashmiris all around the world, not only in Jammu and Kashmir on both sides, also in Pakistan, people are observing the Black Day. The reason for this Black Day, everybody knows that India illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir on 27th of October 1947. First, we have to analyze what was the situation before that. If we, because everything is available now on social media platform, that what was the intention of Nehru and what was the intention of Lord Mountbatten at that time. According to the experts and those who have gone through all the documents, that even before 47th of October, even in June, in July, the intention of both, especially the Nehru and their allies, were to put pressure on Maharaja Hari Singh to join India. And you must know, and everybody knows, that Maharaja was arrested by Nehru was arrested by Maharaja on 18th of June the same year in AJ&K. So when he entered Kashmir. And that was the background. And then what happened? People normally discuss about the tribals coming to Kashmir, and that is the reason Indians' narrative internationally that when the tribals came, the facts are that the situation in Jammu and Kashmir started. There was a revolt in Punch against the Maharaja Hari Singh and his Dogra forces. And the reason was the last 100 years, what happened with the people of Jammu and Kashmir, with the people of Punch and elsewhere, and especially with the Muslims. And then the actual massacre started because there was an understanding that the only way the Kashmir accession to India will be by plebiscite. So the first thing which they did in August 1947 was that there was 500,000 Muslim population in Jammu, and they killed more than 200,000 people over there, and the rest of 300,000 they migrated, or they came to Pakistan in the Western Punjab. And if you see what I understand is that when the division of Punjab was done, the Gurdaspur, which was a Muslim majority area, that access was given to India, as Gurdaspur was with the East Punjab in the division, and that was the access of Indians to Kashmir, and it was all manipulated before even 15th of August 1947, and then India illegally occupied invaded Kashmir on 27th of October 1947. And since then what happened? Nehru went to Kashmir. He said that Kashmiris will be given the right of self-determination. A referendum will be held under United Nations, and they will decide about their future. And then what they did in 1953, and then subsequently until now, and even on 5th August 2019, they actually made Kashmir as union territories. And now when the people discuss about why the Muslims in Kashmir or in Punch, they revolted against Maharaja, if you just study what happened on 13th of July 1931 in Srinagar, how people were killed, civilian people were killed. So the thing is that there was the 100 years of Maharaja's rule in Kashmir, what they did with the Muslims, the farmers, and then those people who were agitating for their basic rights. So there was a long history. So still India has the same, policies of occupying Kashmir, keep occupying with the draconian laws and with the suppression, with arresting the political leadership. But what I think is that the Kashmiri is not going to leave this struggle. And after this May this year, I think the Kashmiris have a new hope, and especially in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, people are ready to start a new struggle. And in Kashmir struggle, there have been different patches, and any day you will listen that the Kashmiris youth have come out once again on against the Indian occupation.
Right. Sardar Sahab, let us talk about how the situation is right now. Of course, India's atrocities continue unabated, and the world seems to be busy elsewhere because so many crises are going on. And this pressure cooker, slowly cooking, whatever is happening in Kashmir continues to simmer. Now, the question is, what can we do to draw attention to Kashmir cause beyond observing these days, beyond marching, and beyond whatever we have been doing for past 78 years, sir?
Sir, I think what happened in May and subsequently the Indian position internationally, because India was known as the largest democracy, as a big market, as a emerging superpower. I think that everything exposed on between 7th and 11th May this year. And the ceasefire between India and Pakistan was negotiated and was done on 3 points: terrorism, Indus Water Treaty, and Kashmir. And I think once the situation changes in the Middle East and elsewhere, I hope that international community, especially President Trump, is going to pursue uh, the the talks between the two countries. And I think we have a very just cause. And the just cause is that we are not asking for anything which is, we are asking for a democratic right to decide our future. And that the Security Council resolutions. And what we can do is, I think in last 4 or 5 months, I was in Geneva in the UN Human Rights Council in September. The things have changed internationally. Now people talk about Kashmir, people are concerned about Kashmir, and Kashmir has become a nuclear flashpoint because of this, what Indians call uh, the war between 4 day war between India and Pakistan. I think what we can do internationally is that because now due to this social media development, now Kashmiri writers are writing, youth is writing, and what Pakistan Foreign Office is doing, what Pakistan government is doing, Kashmiris are, and the Field Marshal, I think Kashmiris are not disappointed now. They were disappointed before 6th of May this year. Now no one is disappointed. They are very hopeful, and whenever it is needed, you will see on the Indian side of Kashmir, the youth is ready. We have contacts with many people. Now people over there who were discouraged before 6th of May, after 5th of August 2019, now that is not the situation. And now people think on the Indian side that this long struggle of Kashmiris for 75 years, now this is the time when we are going to get response from the international community.
So, Amjad, the very good backdrop that you provided of the whole issue and, of course, the current situation. But when you mentioned that the Kashmiris have a hope, of course, Pakistan has always stood by them, always extended diplomatic, moral and political support to them. But what do the Kashmiri people, what are their sentiments about the international law and the multilateral fora? Because resolutions have been passed but not been implemented since decades now, and the Kashmiri people have been waiting.
Sir, everybody knows about Kashmiris. On the Indian side of Kashmir, the literacy rate is very high. Even on our side, on the AJK side, it is approaching 85-90%. So Kashmiris basically understand the situation. They believe that you have everything in your favor when you are a strong nation. And what Kashmiris think on both sides of line of control, that when Pakistan is strong, when Pakistan is economically stable, diplomatically in a better position, Kashmiris have high hopes. And about the international law and international institutions, I think there were two reports by the High Commissioner for Human Rights in 2018 and 2019. And I think now government of Pakistan should pursue for a third report. What the civil society from Kashmir on both sides, we are working on it for a third report. And the next step can be a commission of inquiry. At that time, when in 2019, in the 2018 report, it was the High Commissioner asked for unhindered access on both sides of line of control. Pakistan said that we are ready to allow the UN fact-finding mission on our side. But the Indian straight away refused the report, and they also refused that they are not going to accept any. But that was a different time. Now it's a different time. I think we are not, Kashmiris are optimistic now that after this May incidents, I think every Kashmiri, whether they are living in Ladakh, they are living in, you must have seen what is happening in Ladakh. People are agitating, and thousands of people, and the Indian security forces fired on them. More than 200 people got bullet injuries. Many of them were martyred. So the thing is that we are not going to leave this struggle. And we, Kashmiris are very hopeful on both sides of line of control, and our diaspora is very active. We have member of parliament in the British Parliament and also elsewhere. So about the international law or the international intervention, initially India was very arrogant, and India was arrogant, and it was considered to be a powerful nation. The arrogance is gauged by the power you have. India is exposed in May. They are very much exposed internationally that people were gauging them as a very big power, and not only the economic power. And now everybody talks about Indian democracy, and what we have been telling people that Indian democracy ends at Lakhanpur, which is the border with Kashmir, and also there's secularism. Now there's no secularism in India even at the Congress time, their secularism was, the boundary was Lakhanpur, and Kashmiris, they have been facing, and I think they have faced a very difficult time, but they are ready to face all these situations. Kashmiris have sacrificed one generation, and we are not going to leave this.
Absolutely. Sardar Sahab, here's another question. You said that India's, true reality was exposed to the world. And it is true that the world is seeing India for the paper tiger that they are. But there is objective reality visible to you, me, the world. And there is another reality that Modi's government seems to be spinning within their country. And when you look at India's holding power over Kashmir, we have seen that they have been going on for 78 years. And we have also seen that there has been an incremental erosion of rights of Kashmiris. First, they sent the army, which we are actually, protesting today. Then they promised that they are going to give sovereignty, and there's going to be enough powers. But gradually, that was eroded. And now we have seen that they have been turned into a UT. Do you think that with Modi in charge, there is a possibility, of course, the US president has promised a lot of things, but is there a chance that there will be some reality check in India?
Sardar Amjad, I will take your answer, but we have been joined by Sardar Masood Khan, former president of AJ&K. We'll like his comments as well. With regards to that, India's illegal occupation, 27th of October, Black Day, commemorated all around the world on both sides of the LOC in Pakistan and in the West as well. But we see India continues with its illegal occupation. We see how it abrogated the Articles 370 and 35A and is now trying to change the very demography of the region itself. I'd like your comments, being the former president of AJ&K and representative of the Kashmiri community.
Hello?
Yeah, am I audible to you?
Yes, but can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I've heard your comments, and this is what I would like to say, that India's occupation of one part of the Jammu and Kashmir state in October 1947 was illegal. It was done on false pretext. One pretext was that the tribals had gone there in the territory, but the fact is that the people of Jammu and Kashmir, and one part of them, particularly the people of Azad Kashmir, they had already liberated Poonch, Muzaffarabad, and Mirpur, which constitutes the state of Azad Jammu and Kashmir today. Had the Indian forces not invaded Jammu and Kashmir, the rest of Jammu and Kashmir territory would also have been liberated, because the majority of the people there, they wanted to join Pakistan in accordance with the India Independence Act of 1947, and because they were in majority in the state. Now, the second thing is that they took it to after the occupation, they took the issue to the United Nations Security Council, and the Council passed about 12 resolutions mandating that the future of the disputed state of Jammu and Kashmir will be decided and determined by the people of the state through a plebiscite. And that plebiscite has not been held up to this day because of India's obstruction. Otherwise, the people of Jammu and Kashmir, Pakistan, as well as the United Nations are ready, and the international community wants to resolve this issue, because this is a nuclear flashpoint and the cause of tensions and wars between India and Pakistan. But fast forward to 2019, India once again invaded the territory and tried to reoccupy the territory, which they had already turned into a colony. And they wanted to merge this territory, this colonized territory, into the Indian Federation. They failed miserably. If they hadn't failed, why have they deployed 1 million soldiers there? Because soldiers are deployed in enemy territory, not in a territory which is part of the Indian Federation or Indian Union, as they call it. So it's a dark day, because in the past several decades, they have killed more than 500,000 Kashmiris. There was a massacre in Jammu in October and November 1947, in which they had killed, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh and Dogra Fauj and all others. They had massacred about 250,000 Muslims in Jammu. And since 1947, they've been killing Kashmiris. And the patterns of genocide, of ethnic cleansing, of demographic engineering. So I think that's why, rightly, this day is being marked as a dark day, as a black day, all over the world, not just in Pakistan and Azad Kashmir or the occupied territory, but also wherever you have Pakistanis and Kashmiris, whether it is Europe or North America or the Gulf region or Southeast Asia, all over the world this day is being observed.
Right. Sardar Masood Khan Sahab, you have very pithily, put together the evolution of India's occupation and the way incrementally they have been occupying and colonizing the people. And then we come to this year's May, and India seems to be a bad loser. Even today, they keep on lying, and they seem to be actually trying to carry out these exercises on our border. Do you see a possibility of a reset in India's behavior under Modi?
Yes, absolutely. I think that the year 2025 was a good year for Pakistan and Kashmiris, because India imposed aggression on Pakistan, and Pakistan retaliated in a measured manner and defeated India decisively, and proved that Pakistan can repel any attack by India. But also it proved that Kashmir is a nuclear flashpoint, that it is the cause of war, or in the Latin term as it is called, casus belli. The central, pivotal cause of war and strife between India and Pakistan is Kashmir. If you don't resolve Kashmir, there'd be tension. So this was also proved because of the American mediation, because of the statement by President Trump that India and Pakistan should get together and negotiate rather than fight on this issue. And but as you have rightly pointed out, I mean, giving this background, I think in May this year, during the India-Pakistan war, Pakistan had an upper hand militarily. It won diplomatically. So many channels, diplomatic channels, are open to Pakistan. And finally, narrativization. I mean, all the narratives that were generated by our media, we're proud of our media because they stuck to facts, whereas India propagated deep fake. So against this backdrop, India was humiliated. The BJP and Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, they were humiliated. And they were humiliated vis-a-vis the international community, but also in front of their own constituencies and the opposition in India. So they can resort to anything. I mean, they've been giving these dubious statements, very nationalistic statements, and to whip up anger against Pakistan once again. So they can launch another misadventure. We cannot rule that out, so we should be prepared militarily. And, of course, we are alert diplomatically.
Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for this segment. I'd like to thank both of our guests, Sardar Amjad Yousaf Khan, Vice President of PPP AJ&K chapter, and Sardar Masood Khan, former President of AJ&K. Thank you both for your time and being part of this very important conversation. Coming towards our in-house analyst, Farrukh K.Pitafi. Farrukh, what both the experts had to say with regards to that, the issue being internationalized once again, as you mentioned as well.
Yeah.
What's your comments on that?
Right. Regarding the importance of this day, one thing that people keep on asking me every time that we actually observe this day, that how long we'll have to keep on doing it, because eventually the purpose is to get Kashmir free, right? But the fact is that while we keep on observing this day, which is not a big ask, the people of Kashmir are going through hell for their independence and freedom. So what we need to do is keep on observing such milestones or days. On the other side, also use whatever technology we have got as citizens, right? Not merely governments, not Kashmir's government, not Pakistan's government, people of Pakistan, people of Kashmir on both sides of LOC. Use that to communicate to the world, because social media is very important. You can always tag President Trump, you can always tag UK's Prime Minister and whatnot, right? So your voice is important, the kind of documentation that you create is important, and this is high time that we keep on reminding the world that while you are ensnared by whatever is happening in Palestine, or for that matter in Ukraine, there is a 78 years old wound that keeps on festering and keep on inflicting more pain to people. If we understand that, and if every Pakistani chips in, like during Operation Sindoor, we actually chipped in and the entire country seemed one, I'm sure Kashmir will get freedom and the Kashmiris will get the kind of rights that they have been demanding.
There's another question that comes to mind when we talk about freedom being realized for the Kashmiri people according to their own will, the plebiscite. President Trump just a while ago, just recently, he talked about mediation for the Kashmir issue and for peace in South Asia. What would you say about that with regards to, of course, the UN having already passed resolutions, but of course we know how President Trump is taking a very proactive role with regards to ensuring peace in the world.
Yeah, if you remember when last time he was president, he actually said something which was quite illuminating. He said that India's Modi had asked him to intervene on in Kashmir issue, right? And that is astounding, because on one side he stated this, he must have been communicated this, and then all of a sudden Indian government says, no, we did not say that at all, right? So this double speak on the part of Indian government is actually atrocious. Not only for Pakistanis or Kashmiris or Americans, it is for Indians also. Because on one side, I don't understand why do you have to always project the idea of worst villain in Bollywood to the world, that we are that kind of, macho Superman. On the other side, the reality is that you cannot actually keep your own majority in the parliament. You cannot actually win a war. So with that reality, I think it is high time that Modi has milked the anti-Muslim sentiment and anti-Pakistan sentiment to the utmost. Now he should be milking the opportunities for peace. And people like President Trump can really play a huge role, because I know that whenever he is going to actually ask both sides to come together, it is going to be a fair deal.
Well, definitely, and we hope that this ray of hope that we see and optimistic sentiment that we see with regards to ensuring freedom for the Kashmiri people, with regards to the resolutions that have been passed and their own free will become realized. With regards to that, we'll now be moving towards the second segment, where we'll be talking about diplomacy. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is on a visit, and he has arrived in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh in particular. He will be attending the Future Investment Initiative. A lot of opportunities, as we know. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, in the recent past, he has been very proactive with regards to bilateral engagements and seeking opportunities for cooperation and advancements as well, and cooperation with regards to technology and cooperation with regards to economy as well. There's going to be global leaders and investors present at the Future Investment Initiative, and it is a huge opportunity for the Premier to, of course, capitalize on the potential that Pakistan has and presented to the world with regards to an opportunity that could prove as a win-win situation for Pakistan and the investors and other friendly countries as well. With regards to that, we have been joined by Umar Khan Ali Sherzai, Ambassador of Pakistan to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thank you for your time and being part of this very important conversation. The Premier is in Riyadh to attend the Future Investment Initiative. How significant would you term this initiative, considering there's new heights with regards to Pakistan and Saudi Arabia's cooperation? A defense pact had recently been signed, and now the Premier is in the kingdom to attend this forum. How significant do you think it's going to be with regards to economic cooperation and the bilateral relations that both the countries have already?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It is an important visit, as you pointed out, that lots of world leaders would be there to attend this conference for future investments. I think Pakistan, Allah has blessed Pakistan with lots of natural resources, and I think God is helping Pakistan now, giving an opportunity to our country so that these potentials could be explored and utilized for the benefit of the Pakistani people. Alhamdulillah, this will be, as you also rightly said, that it will be a win-win situation for all those who would show their interest and participate in investment in Pakistan in different fields. There are lots of opportunities which no other country can offer to the world at this particular time. Pakistan can really be benefited, and it can benefit the countries who would like to invest. So it is an important meeting and an important event, and I hope it will benefit Pakistan a lot. Secondly, as for the bilateral relations are concerned, Alhamdulillah, our Prime Minister is doing a wonderful job. He has really surprised the world by his intelligence and hard work. And, the kind of importance that Pakistan is receiving is because of his untiring efforts, along with the Deputy Prime Minister, Sardar, and our great Field Marshal, Sayyid Asim Munir. So Alhamdulillah, Pakistan and Saudi Arabia they have already signed a defense pact, and I feel that the relations will go very deep down, not only to the defense field but also for investment in Pakistan in different areas.
Right. Ambassador Saab, Prime Minister is accompanied by a high-level delegation, and you have pointed out some of the people who are actually accompanying him, including the Foreign Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, and also the Finance Minister and others. Now the question is, while there is this very important conference that all countries are going to participate in, Pakistan included. But then the question is, when it comes to bilateral cooperation, since the days when we heard about the Defense Pact, at that time we also heard that there is going to be some economic cooperation as well. So what areas do you see as potential, carrying potential of cooperation between the two countries, especially in the economic field?
Well, it is true that Pakistan is offering a lot of opportunities, and the dividends are already coming out since the defense pact with Saudi Arabia has been signed. The jobs in Saudi Arabia, lots of jobs, in thousands of jobs are being offered to the Pakistanis in different fields, and all kinds of experts are invited to join the Saudi Arabia for different kind of jobs. So first of all, it would open a floodgate for the Pakistanis to go to Saudi Arabia and get very lucrative and good jobs, especially those who are technocrats and those who have specialties in their own fields. Uh, Besides that, the Saudi government is interested in the agriculture sector in Pakistan as well as in the mining sector of Pakistan. The You know that Pakistan is blessed as well as the oil refinery. So it will be a multifaceted, rather, even I would say that they are also interested in the property related matters. So I'm sure that this particular bilateral meeting would bring a lot of dividends for Pakistan, and with the kind of sagacity that our Prime Minister has, and the way that he has been engaging with the Saudi Arabia as per their traditions, I am 100% sure that it would really benefit Pakistan in almost all sectors of economy.
Former Ambassador, we know now that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is also exploring the tourism sector, and Pakistan, under the SIFC, under the Green Pakistan Initiative, is also exploring and expanding tourism as a means for revenue generation. Do you think there could be a huge opportunity for collaboration in that side as well?
Well, sure. As I said, there will be cooperation in all sectors. You rightly pointed out tourism. Of course, Pakistan is now trying to bring peace and get rid of those TTP elements. And inshallah, there will be peace as our army chief and our civilian leadership under the premiership of Shehbaz Sharif. I think peace would come to Pakistan, and it would be followed certainly by a lot of efforts and a lot of opportunities for the tourism industry in Pakistan.
Ambassador Saab, thanks to Prime Minister Mohammed bin Salman, Crown Prince and Prime Minister Mohammed bin Salman's vision, we have seen this incredible emphasis in Saudi Arabia on actually graduating from hydrocarbon-based economy to modern tech-led economy. And there seems to be growing investment in AI and other sectors also. Do you think that there is a potential of cooperation in that field too? Because it seems that future actually beckons, and this exactly is something that we can work on. Similarly, Saudi Arabia is building this new city, high-tech city called Neom. So there also seems to be a need for human resource. Do you think that our human capital can fill those spaces as well?
Of course, Alhamdulillah, Pakistan is blessed with very talented human resource. And Saudis now are willing to provide all kinds of job opportunities, especially to the Pakistanis, because they know that Pakistan is the only country who would really do everything for Saudi Arabia and the defense of Saudi Arabia. They are 100% sure about that. And after the signing of this defense pact, Alhamdulillah, now there are 100% opportunities in the artificial intelligence field and in the mining field, in the tourism, as well as I know that they would be also interested in recruiting a lot of young Pakistanis for their defense forces as well for their air force. So this would be not restricted to any one field, whether it is the petroleum side or the mining side, but it will be an all out cooperation in all fields, and it will materialize not in years or in months, but very soon you will see the dividend of all these factors. I'm sure I am in contact with my friends in Saudi Arabia who are holding very high positions, and they are so excited about Pakistan's success, that the way that Pakistan defeated India and showed its strength to the world. This visit will also provide an opportunity to the Prime Minister to brief the Saudi leadership about the recent statements of the Narendra Modi and his defense minister regarding Sindoor 2. Well, they will also discuss the defense-related matters. It was, frankly speaking, it was a God-given opportunity that this particular invitation came at a very, very appropriate time, which provides best opportunities for our leadership to broach upon all these matters, as well as to discuss the defense-related matters and the Indian attitude, as well as the TTP and the Taliban attitude.
Right, former Ambassador Umar Khan Ali Sherzai, thank you for your valuable insights, and of course, as you mentioned as well, good times to come, as can be seen in the future for Pakistan and for the kingdom as well, with regards to the cooperation and the cooperation that is reaching newer heights now. Farrukh, with regards to the cooperation that we're seeing, the friendship that we're seeing, it is reaching new heights now.
Indeed.
Do you think, with regards to the defense pact that has been signed and the growing fond that how we're seeing the growing admiration of both the sides for each other, do you think it's going to open new avenues for Pakistan in the Middle Eastern region, considering Saudi Arabia being a key stakeholder of that region?
Right, absolutely. First of all, I want to actually highlight the importance of this initiative, that Futures Investment Initiative.
Yeah.
It is a huge forum. And, you know, repeatedly we have seen Pakistani prime ministers, that is plural, have been given this platform to go and advocate for more investment in Pakistan.
Yeah.
So this prime minister is essentially gifted with the kind of capacity to actually focus on highlighting where the actual areas are. Because in the past I've told you, and I'm sure that I've told many other people, when MBS was coming to Pakistan, and at that time there was another government, we were called to Commerce Ministry and Board of Investment. We kept on asking them what are the areas where they are going to invest.
Yeah.
And they said no clue. Then we asked, where exactly do you think they should? What are you pitching? Not a clue. So this government is not like that. This government knows how to actually convey what are the areas, what are the opportunities, and that is great news for Pakistan, because I tell you one thing for sure. I keep on saying that our relationship with our Chinese friends, our American friends is very lucky. That was a lucky moment when we actually decided another huge investment that has actually proven to be worth it is Saudi Arabia. And I think that this cooperation, and because, and we should be thanking, you know, our lucky stars for the right kind of leadership in Saudi Arabia also, with Prime Minister / Crown Prince MBS. We have a visionary who understands what it takes to actually stand up and create a future for your country, right? So cooperation between these two countries is going to go from, you know, one height to another. But I have one concern that I keep on actually highlighting, and I hope this time also I can do it. Every time Pakistani leaders went to China, I went to China, I advocated Pakistan needs more compute. When our leadership went to the US, I said Pakistan needs more compute. I've been getting indications that both sides are ready to provide us with more compute. Nobody has asked me, what do you want compute for? Right? We need Pakistani AI, which is based in Pakistan, which can actually help in connecting or bridging with other AIs also.
Definitely.
Right? So for that, I'm open to anybody who is going to ask me what exactly do you want regarding this capacity. But Saudi Arabia also has access to great technology when it comes to microprocessors and these smart, you know, GPUs. So Pakistan should be asking them to help us out as well.
Very rightly said. And of course, in the race for AI, Pakistan's IT exports are also surging and could prove as a very, very highly potent sector in which both the sides could collaborate on and, of course, revolutionize the whole AI race as well. Farrukh K.Pitafi, always a pleasure to have a talk with you and have your valuable insights. Thank you for being part of this conversation. With that, we wrap up the Experts Corner for today. See you all same time tomorrow. Till then, take care.